A new platform paying KOLs to launch meme coins, Redacted, is finally launching, and NFTs are once again so back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Crypto Gorilla video. Today I want to talk about everything that's going on in the crypto markets, NFTs, and even meme coins, which have been making a quiet comeback. As usual, nothing in this video is financial advice. If you appreciate me putting out this kind of content consistently for the last 4 years, would you kindly hit the subscribe button, and let's jump right into today's video, starting off with a brand new token Launchpad joining the likes of Pump Fund, Launch Labs, Moonshot. There's a ton already, so it's going to get harder and harder for them to stand out and keep relevance. You definitely need some very strong partnerships, as well as partnerships with all the tools and a unique spin on your product. Luckily for this one, which is called Boop, it is by Dingaling, who is a prominent figure in the space, so he's able to bring attention to it. He also brought in a ton of founders as well as KOLs so they could bring attention to the product, and they have very strong partnerships. They have partnerships with all of the known tools, with Jupiter, with Radium, and I know bullx isn't on here. However, if we check the dexes, they added support very quickly, so Boop is available in bullx. My referral link in the description down below. However, one differentiating factor with this platform and all of the others like Pump Fund is they already launched a token, which is something we've been waiting for from Pump Fund for a very long time, as they've hinted at the idea of an airdrop. And I know people want those tokens. The same goes for all these meme coin trading tools. None of them have launched their tokens, and they promised that. They fed us all these lies. Like, where are my tokens? But anyways, if you manage to get in at the beginning, because it did have a nice dip down here, it went back under 100 mil, you could have had a 5x just by trading this token. It went up to 500 million, and right now it currently sits at 190, which you're still up 2x if you manage to catch that dip, because some of the KOLs did start claiming their airdrops, they're dumping, and you know, people who traded and had a 5x, they're also going to be dumping. So the token is doing well, especially for the first day of launch, and I do like the incentives on this token. If we take a look here, 5% of every graduated token is airdropped to stakers. They also get to split 60% of the trading fees, and then another 30% is used to buy back the Boop token. So it kind of helps the floor go up a little bit. But I think the main thing people are going to be interested in here is the airdrop, because there's supposed to be a creators airdrop, which we're seeing all over the timeline, as well as one for traders, which if we look at their original post here, they say 150 million Boop tokens, which at current prices is roughly $28 million in airdrops. People are going to be incentivized to get those. Now, the main thing you're probably seeing all over the timeline are these KOL or creator airdrops, whatever you want to call them. Here we have Cyrus with a $200,000 potential airdrop, and there's a lot of others who qualified in this tier. As you can see, there's only 25 spots available. So we have Whale, we have Easy, we have GG, we have Bold Leonidas, and then there's smaller tier airdrops. I mean, there's some that are like $1,000, but the second level here after the biggest one is going to be 400,000 tokens, which at the time that he posted this was worth $122,000. So that's ICO Beast. We have Jakey, we have Bread. So there's a lot of people who are able to claim this airdrop if they can get across the ethical dilemma that we're seeing a bunch of people post about. Because in order to claim this, you need to link your X account, you need to drop a meme coin under your name. So some people are going to hold you responsible, even though it's a meme coin, and then you got to wait 30 days. So you got to pray that the Boop token doesn't just trend down to zero with all of the risk that you just took launching a meme coin. However, there's another level to this, because if you launch your coin and it graduates, you reduce the time, the 30-day counter that you have to wait to get your tokens, by 10 days. And then as it goes higher and higher in market cap, all the way up to 5 million, you can claim your token that same day. So we're seeing a ton of KOLs post like, hey, if I dropped a token, would you guys be mad? Because they want the airdrop, understandably, right? If I had the option of getting a $200,000 airdrop, yo, I'd drop a token too. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it, as long as you're saying, hey, I don't care about this token. I'm going to do nothing to support it. I just want this free airdrop. So we did have a few of these KOLs take that chance. This token is by Cyrus. I believe he's the first one to actually go forward with it and launch a token, tweet about it and everything. It's called Scared, because he said, hey, I'm scared. And while it did hit that 5 million level, so he was able to get his airdrop, the token just pumped, dumped, and it's gone down to zero. It's literally at $122,000 market cap. So anybody who bought into this along the way, you lost money. And like, this makes sense to me because if the threshold is $5 million for them to claim their token, who's going to be buying in after 5 million or even on the way? Like I also saw Function launched a token. It's not doing the worst. Like, this looks a lot healthier than Cyrus's token. However, it's at 500K. I guess there's going to be speculation like, hey, maybe he's going to push it so he can get his airdrop. But really the top is going to be 5 million or probably before, because people are just going to nuke it thinking it's going to nuke at 5 million. So there's a lot of dilemmas here, and it's going to be very interesting to see how the team deals with this. I know that Cyrus did qualify for his, even though it was like a Cybele that it got to 6 million here. But if you look at his wallet, he did claim his tokens and he has been selling some. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see how the team deals with this, because if it's all just pump and dumps, people are going to stop caring about this platform. But a lot of these platforms have been incentivized to have successful launches to get more eyes and more people launching tokens. So it wouldn't shock me if they kind of helped one of these KOL tokens or even just a random token. It doesn't have to be the KOL ones do well on the platform. But overall, we are seeing a lot of really good volume back into meme coins. And I feel that not that many people outside of the usual ones are talking about it. We're not seeing the same kind of FOMO we were a few months ago with all these celebrity coins. So it's kind of the quiet time where the people who did not leave are being rewarded for staying in the trenches. Just some examples here. We have Housecoin, which a few days ago was at 10 million and it went all the way above 100 million in just a couple of days. We have Hosico, which this one launched through Launch Labs. So one of the like success stories on that platform, it just boomed from literally worth nothing, and it is currently at 32 million market cap. And I also saw this Gork token. Like, I know nothing about this one. I didn't do the research. I just saw insane price action here, going from literally nothing to 62 million in 3 hours. So hopefully we get back to a place in meme coins where we're having daily runners go to 100 million market cap multiple times per day. And then everybody's going to FOMO in because everybody wants to become a meme coin millionaire trader. The market's going to collapse again and the cycle is just going to repeat itself. So this time, make sure you take profits, because last time a lot of people didn't take profits in their meme coins, and they didn't take profits when Sol hit $280, and then we went all the way back down to like 100. And meme coins aren't the only sector that are seeing really great price action. We have NFTs pumping as well, with Pudgy Penguins solidified back above 10 ETH here, and just the price action has been crazy. A lot of people speculating about, people are saying, oh, it's like the new Disney. That's going to take a lot of work. But a lot of people are speculating that Abstract is right around the corner. I don't know where they're getting that information from, if it's insider again, because there seemed to be some insider last time when it came to Pengu, which has also been pumping. So it's not just NFTs, it's the entire Pudgy ecosystem. But I really like seeing this. If, Abstract is around the corner, if they are getting an airdrop or not, I think the speculation is going to keep pushing this collection up. And I wouldn't be shocked if, in a couple weeks, we're at 15, maybe even higher, leading into any potential Abstract airdrop. Now, NFT whitelists are also doing well as well. We have Mori Uso, which minted like a week and a half ago, which is now at 0.66 ETH. This is a 13x from its mint price of 0.05. So really great price action here. We have Mebera, which, a new stage of reveal. These are roughly a 4x from the mint price in terms of Bera. However, the Bera token did crash pretty hard here, going from $7 around the time of mint, currently at $3.50. So I wouldn't call it a 4x, I'd call it a 2x considering the USD value crash. And then finally, we have a reveal schedule for final Bosu on Abstract, which the floor price is holding up really well. It's going to be over a 5-day period, revealing more and more rare NFTs. So if your NFT isn't revealing, there's a good chance you got a rare one, unless the metadata is just messed up. And all of this is starting on May 5th. So a lot of exciting things happening. I like seeing the momentum come back into NFTs. We're seeing a lot of art NFTs catch bids, like X copies and some other artists getting discovered, and everybody FOMOing into those collections, as well as collectors picking up some pieces. But all this just to say that no matter the niche that you're in right now, a majority of them, whether it's NFTs, meme coins, and even AI coins, I'm seeing people tweet about virtuals on the timeline, and the price action has been doing quite well. As long as you stayed around, as long as you didn't quit the space and you kept grinding, you are being rewarded right now. And the beauty of it is nobody's talking about it. It's still very secret outside of our little Web3 bubble. So that means when everybody FOMOs back in, we are going to see crazy price action. Now, the one sector that still isn't so back, unfortunately, is going to be the investment rounds. I know there's a ton of tokens people are waiting for, myself included, like PlaySomo, Chronoforge, Avalon, and Redacted. The good news for Redacted is we finally have a date. It is going to be launching on the 13th of May. If we take a look at the tokenomics, the total supply out the gate, or the circulating supply, is going to be 17.1%, including a 6% from the liquidity pools. And if you did any of these investment rounds, if you own some Girason NFTs, the airdrop checker is live on their website. So you're able to check your allocation, you're able to check your day one unlock. And then if you want to see the potential of what your airdrop is going to be worth, I put together this airdrop checker where you can come in and clone this sheet and then plug in your own numbers based on the round that you have. So if you have seed, if you own some Girasons, I put in other as well in case I missed something. You don't have to add it to the formula, but just plug in your numbers and you can see based on the different FDVs or market caps what your airdrop is going to be worth, as well as your day one unlock. So me, I did the seed round. I'm getting 142,000 tokens. I own 17 Girason NFTs. I am considering buying more to get that boost to be in the top 100, but for now I own 17. I'm getting 170,000 tokens. My day one unlock between both rounds is around 57,000 tokens. So if it's at 25 million FDV or 4.2 million market cap, my total value is 7.8 thousand and my day one unlock is 1,400. 25 mil FDV would be an absolute disaster, considering most people in the, what round was it? In the public round invested at roughly 70 mil FDV. So, you know, success for me would be 75 mil, but success for most people is going to need to be a minimum of 100 mil. And obviously they're going to want to see a 2x. So 140 to 150 mil FDV, in which case, like for me, that would be worth a total of $47,000 if it holds for the entire vesting period, which are quite long, up to 18 months for the seed round. But you can come in and use this. There's the bearish case, there's the mid case, and there is the bullish case. I am not making any predictions because people freak out whenever you do that. So feel free to use this and speculate as much as you want. But overall, I'm really happy to see where the market is at the moment, especially since things were bearish not too long ago and we kind of had that decoupling from the stock market. We have Bitcoin pushing near $100,000 per coin. Obviously, a lot of the alts, especially ETH, are lagging behind, but this is really a Bitcoin market, especially with all of the money coming through the ETFs. They're only going to care about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the main narrative being pushed across mainstream media, but we also have states that are pushing forward their Bitcoin strategic reserve bills. We have North Carolina making it through both the Senate and the House. We have Arizona getting through the House. And like Senator Loomis said, these states, or states in general, are the incubator to see if something works, and then they put it through on the federal level. So I definitely think we're going to see a state strategic Bitcoin reserve buying a ton of Bitcoin before we see it by the American government. But I just think this is an incredible time to be invested in crypto. It doesn't mean we can't go down from here, but I don't know. To me, I just think I chose, and we, since you're watching this, I think we chose the right industry. But that does it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching another Crypto Gorilla video. Peace.